So it's been a long time since I've made a video. Life just gets in the way. But the fact that HBO has added Degrassi to it has really reignited my obsession. I've got some videos on my channel already related to Degrassi, and I probably will do more. And I realize that there could be people that don't realize that some of the cast members make music on their own. And I'm a huge fan of Cassie Steele and her music. I have been since her first album. I followed her career very closely and impatiently. So, honestly, I could make an entire video about her. But I decided to dive into every cast member and see who makes music on their own. And I was really surprised by a lot of them. I had no idea. So let's just get into it. They're not in really any particular order. I'm kind of going from like OG cast to, Next Class or whatever on Netflix. So I'm gonna start with Spinner. Just like Spinner in the show, Shane is a drummer. And he has been in multiple bands. One of which I had no idea about till making this video. It's basically Stoods in real life. They were called Soundspeed and had Peter, Sav, Danny, and also Johnny. And they said that they decided to form while they were playing as Stoods, and were like, we all really play our own instruments. Why don't we try and do this for real? So they went to Shane's apartment and started playing together. We're playing shows within a week. A fun fact, Johnny is a big opera fan. The other things he's been a part of is a band called Dear Love, which they seem to be still active. They released their first EP in 2014. And 3 members are actually from Nova Scotia. They moved to near where Shane lives. And Shane's band at the time was looking for a singer, and they saw their, singer wanted ad. And then after member changes and stuff, they became what is now called Dear Love. Next up, I'm going to talk about an apparent non-fan favorite, Ashley. It's interesting, she sang a lot in the show, and I could not find any songs or anything that she's released. I don't know, it's interesting. You figure she would have been the one to release stuff. From the show, she did that song Tell Me Lies with Jimmy, and there is actually a version of it that is just her with the piano, and it's slightly slower than the studio or the TV version. Someone else, no shame in living life that way. The one thing I did find though was that I'm assuming it's just a friend of hers, a woman named Zoe Duro, who seems to just interview people. I don't know if she still does or not. Around 2013, this woman Zoe wrote a song called Love Song, and she said that she could not picture anybody else singing it but Melissa. When it felt like I had moved on, feel you in the most familiar, beautiful way. Gotta say, I love her hair, and when I was looking what she was up to these days, her one of more recent hair colors is incredible. Everything I do, every step I take leads me back to you. Moving along to Hazel. Hazel released her first album, Float Away, in 2005 when she was 18. I feel like Superwoman now that you are here. Her second album she actually released for free on her blog in 2010. It is called 54321. I'll wait, she don't faze me. She don't love you like I love you. Don't love you like I love you. And fun fact, she says that her favorite song is Robot. She's got quite a bit of music, so I would go check her out if you like what you heard. Moving on to the main reason I wanted to make this video, which is Manny. I have been following Cassie Steele's music career since I stumbled upon it back in 2005 with her first album, How Much for Happy. And actually, How Much for Happy was certified gold in Canada, and it sold 25,000 copies, which is pretty awesome. Then she came out with Destructo Doll in 2009. Ain't nobody like you I ever met before now. Taking up one picture of life and you mess it around. So fun fact, Cassie Steele played Blue in Instant Star and actually used 2 of her songs in the show at a character named Jamie's house. She was singing her song Rockstar Beau. She's singing it live, you can tell, and I always love the fact that she was singing the higher harmony. After Instant Star, which was in 2008, she went on to release like 2 more EPs, which was Shifty and Patterns, which I highly recommend Patterns, with the lead single for that called Games. I don't play games if I want to. I just take things when I want to. There's also a single that she did called Mad, and the music video is actually directed by Darcy. Don't let nobody tell you that your soul ain't right, because you need the darkness to enjoy the light. I can't believe that I almost forgot to mention her short-lived but incredible musical duo relationship with Jay. You're gonna see, you're gonna smile, you're just gonna love how good I become, 'cause I need you. And one more thing about Cassie that is pretty fun that I don't think a lot of people know is that she was in a girl duo group called Caramel, kind of playing a part. She replaced the girl that was there originally, and it was Cassie and another singer named Caroline, who went on to do other things as well. Moving on to Liberty. Liberty's musicianship is not as conventional as you would expect. She's actually been DJing for quite a while now.
Wherever I play, I want to create spaces and moments for everyone. Music should be made for all. So I think that opportunities, lineups, festivals should be a space where everyone is represented. It's a lot more inspiring, a lot more inclusive, and a lot more fun.
And I guess you could say her stage name, she goes by Me Time. In an interview, she said she decided to DJ after friends always complimented her on her music tastes and the mixes that she would make. I like to picture it as Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect. Now this was one that kind of surprised me.
I say it how it is, I'm not a liar. Your tender stained glass heart has come apart, it's raining slivers.
And it's Kelly from the college episodes with Manny and Emma and Liberty. He grew up around music and choirs and musical theater. He plays guitar, as we can see in the show. And he also plays harmonica, piano, and ukulele, which the ukulele is highly featured on his album. His first full-length record, Cloud Parade. It was released in 2021. And he really takes a lot of pride in his music videos. He actually directs all of them. He said in an interview his album Cloud Parade was narrowed down from over 300 songs that he initially sent to the producer that he worked with.
'Cause now I know the things I know, and I've grown tired of the lie. I ain't hanging by a rope, and I'm not waiting on the line.
And fun fact that I learned while doing this is that on set of Degrassi, for some reason he couldn't remember Liberty's real name as Sarah, so he constantly just called her by Liberty. That made me laugh.
I think I'll take it from you. Yeah.
When I came up with this idea and I started to find out who were musicians on the show, I immediately went to Craig and wanted to start this with Craig. But there's no original music except for his theater music.
There will come a day our love will show the way, and all men will be brothers.
I was really surprised that there's no albums or anything like that from him. He is super into musical theater, and the songs that I did find were actually pieces that he had written for theater, which they're interesting and kind of funny too.
Apparently I'm too tall to be in high school on TV. Apparently I'm too tall to be on Broadway. Apparently New Yorkers aren't that tall.
And fun fact, he starred in the Green Day stage play of American Idiot.
Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in...
Up next is Mia.
I just woke up from a fractured fairy tale.
Now when it comes to Nina, it's different. She hasn't really made any music, but I had no idea that she sang at all. So I did want to include this. She was in a movie called The American Mall in 2008, and there was multiple songs in it that she sang, but there's also a music video for a song called Survivor. I highly recommend watching the whole thing. To be honest, it's a little much for me. It is reported that she did use voiceovers to help with the high notes, and as somebody who produces and edits music, I can tell you that is totally true, because there's something weird going on with the vocals in that song. There's also a song that she did with Nick Braun. It was for the website Funny or Die. It's basically a PSA about sunscreen called SPF.
Call me a chicken butt, I hate a roasting. Yeah, I'm tan, but I'm easily toasted. I'm tan because I'm Bulgarian. Kremza sunce, don't mistake it for Hungarian.
Up next is another one that really surprised me, and it's Declan.
Oh no, she won't go.
He is definitely more known for his acting. His career is pretty much taken off after Degrassi, but he did release a song called Boogie Chills in 2017.
The door opens, reveals an empty frame, and a fox sets in over a grave.
He plays guitar and sings, but claims he's not a musician, that Boogie Chills just came from a place of needing to do it for himself.
I can still feel her ghost.
Another one I expected to have original music, but doesn't, is Jane.
Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
As much as Degrassi pushed her to sing in the show, I just assumed that she would do that in her personal life. But she grew up around musical theater, so it does kind of make sense. I couldn't find much when it comes to singles or songs that she had put out, but she has performed with her brother Anthony, who has posted some stuff on YouTube, and she has sang at various events for various people.
The winds of change are blowing wild and free.
Up next, with only one song to show for, is Darcy.
I crawl out of bed too early.
I couldn't find too much information about any music history with her or anything like that, but she did release this song called Myself and I. She also directed this music video as well.
Outside, every sight, every sound's got a ground, makes it all so.
And fun fact, she's got a tattoo that says the same thing. I want to end part one with some covers that I have found by different cast members that don't seem to have anything else on the internet when it comes to music except for like them just singing to a webcam various songs. But they're not bad, especially one that really surprised me, which was Rick Murray, also Frankie and Marisol.
Baby, we'll never go back. Oh, will you walk with me on the wire? 'Cause baby, I'm just a scared and lonely rider, but I gotta know how it feels.
Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have give you all my hours when I had the chance.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look back at you, baby, but here's my number. Okay, I'm messing up all over the place. So call me maybe, but yeah, I really like that song.
I didn't know how long this was going to be when I first started making it, and I realized that it needed to be 2 parts, and it just naturally landed in between kind of the 2 different generations. So part 2 will be mostly the later classes, like next class and Claire's group and all that. So thanks for watching.